Respected chairperson of today's book unveiling program, Mr. Mohan Prasad Prajapati sir, respected chief guest and chairman of Nepal Workers and Peasants Party, Mr. Narayan Bijukchhen, and all the distinguished personalities present here. Good afternoon, warm greetings and namaskar to everyone. It is my great honor to present my reflections on the English translation of the book Letters from Jail, originally written as Jail Ka Chittiharu by respected writer and leader Narayan Bijukchhen. The translation by Mr. Anurag Joshi is a remarkable work that opens the powerful and emotional letters of a revolutionary leader to a broader global readership. The translation is simple, yet rich, retaining the spirit and emotional weight of the original, while making it accessible to those who do not understand Nepali. Letters from Jail connects readers to writer's struggles and thoughts during his time in prison from 1988 to 1990 under the Panchayat system, a political period when the king held absolute power and political parties were banned. It exposes corruption during the Panchayat regime in Nepal, particularly in the misuse of earthquake relief materials. The most painful sections include the writer's recollections of a violent police raid. His wife Soba and young son Subek witnessed brutality. The writer speaks of the emotional damage it caused them and reflects on the personal sacrifices made not only by him but also by his family. These emotional layers are what make this book more than just a political document. It is a human story of struggle, sacrifice, and hope. The letters must have especially been painful for late Soba ma'am to read. While filled with pride for her husband's courage, she must have also been reminded of the loneliness, silent struggles, and the heavy burden of raising children alone. For her, this book was not only a historical account, but a mirror of her own sacrifices, pain, and patience. This book offers an honest look into the life, thoughts, and struggles of a man who fought for justice, democracy, and social equality, even while confined in prison. It also gives a deep and honest look into the mind of a revolutionary leader. It helps readers understand how strong ideas and love for the country can survive, even behind the prison walls. The main setting of this book is inside a prison where the writer was kept during his political struggle for freedom and sovereignty. Most of the letters in this book were written especially from Nakku jail. The physical setting is small and locked rooms, cold walls, limited food, and hard living conditions. But the mental and emotional setting is much bigger. Through the letters, the writer describes his life in prison, shares memories of his family and hometown, and discusses the political situation in Nepal. During the time this book was written, Nepal was facing many social and economic problems. The country was poor with limited development. Most people lived in villages and worked as farmers, but they did not have enough land, tools, or money. Many families struggled to get food, healthcare, and education. There was a big gap between rich and poor, and a small group of powerful people controlled most of the country's wealth and resources. Socially, the caste system and gender inequality were still strong. Many people were treated unfairly because of their caste, class, or background. Women had fewer rights, and poor people had little power or voice in society. Education was only available to a few, and most people were unaware of their political and human rights. The letters discuss how these social problems are connected to politics. The writer believed that Nepal needed socialism to create a fair society where everyone could live with dignity. The letters speak about poor farmers, workers, and ordinary people who suffered under the unjust system. The writer respected Nepali culture, but was critical of some traditions that kept people divided or oppressed, such as caste discrimination and superstition. The letters balanced respect for culture with a call for reform. He envisioned a culture that unites people rather than divides them, a culture that becomes a tool for building a progressive and just nation. The book is written in the form of personal letters addressed to family members, political comrades, and friends. This epistolary style making the writing feel very direct and personal. The direct and personal tone creates a feeling of intimacy, as if the reader is receiving private letters. Readers feel as if they are receiving these messages in real time, sharing the writer's emotions, thoughts, and daily experiences. The book can be placed in multiple genres: epistolary, political memoir, autobiographical, and prison literature. It stands as a powerful example of how personal stories can also be part of larger social and political movements, making it a rare and important contribution to Nepali and South Asian literature. The writer's tone throughout is respectful and sincere. He speaks with compassion when addressing his family, with solidarity when speaking to comrades, and with calm but firm criticism when addressing unjust systems. His language is never aggressive but carries conviction and clarity when discussing justice, freedom, and reform. I would like to highly recommend this book for everyone interested in Nepal's political history, social change, and the personal stories of political prisoners. It is especially useful for students, teachers, and readers who want to learn about the human side of political struggle. The book's clear language, honest tone, and personal narrative make it a powerful read that teaches important lessons about justice, sacrifice, and the human spirit. Special thanks go to the translator Anurag Joshi sir for preserving the emotional essence and clarity of the original letters. We eagerly look forward to Bal Vikash School publishing more translated works like Letters from Jail. Such efforts promote literary understanding, social awareness, and inspire young minds. May many more powerful, meaningful texts be translated and shared with the wider world in coming days as well. Thank you, everybody.